Okay, good morning students. In yesterday class, we discussed about electric field lines and its properties. Electric field lines are lines of forces, field lines of forces. What is meant by electric field lines? It is a track or path in which a unit positive charge moves or tends to move. That is nothing but electric field lines, like this. A unit positive charge just moving from one region to another region, like this. So electric field line indicates direction of electric field. Electric field line indicates direction of electric field. So a unit positive charge moving from one region to another region. That is nothing but electric field lines. Electric field line means it is a track or path in which a unit positive charge moving from one place to another place. That is called electric field lines. It is an imaginary lines. There is no physical existence. So based on electric field lines, just we define electric flux. Electric flux represented with letter pi. So what is meant by electric flux? Simply, number of field lines passes normal to the given area is called electric flux. Number of electric field lines passes normal to the given area is called electric flux. Electric flux is a scalar quantity. It is a which quantity? Scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. Electric flux is a scalar quantity. Number of field lines passes normal to the given area, like this. This is a small surface. This is the small surface area A. Like a ring or bangle, whatever. See, number of electric field lines passes normal to the given area is called electric flux. This is the direction of electric field. Number of field lines passes normal to the given area. That is the most important one. Number of field lines passes normal to the given area is called electric flux. So in this case, the area is a vector. It is a vector quantity. So in this case, area treated as a vector because the direction of given area is normal to the surface. The direction of given area is normal to the surface. See, in this case, what is the direction of area? Like this. This is the direction of area. See, suppose this is a bangle. Okay. See, the bangle is inserted the ball. This is the bangle inserted, that is inwards, put into the ball. Half of the bangle inside the ball, half of the bangle outside the ball, like this, in this position. So number of field lines passes through it, like this. Number of field lines passes like this. So number of field lines passes normal to the given area or perpendicular to the given area. That is called electric flux. In this case, area is a vector. What is the direction of area? The direction of given area is normal to the given surface, or normal to the bangle. So this is the bangle. This is the area direction of area. In this case, this is the direction of area. The bangle will be rotated like this. This is the direction of area. See, the direction of area radially outwards or inwards, whatever it. Okay. So in this case, the direction of electric field and the direction of area both are in the same direction. In this position, flux will be maximum. What is the angle between area and E? area of the given bangle, given surface, and direction of electric field. What is the angle between direction of given area and electric field? Theta is equal to 0 degree. If theta is equal to 0 degree, so electric flux will be maximum. Electric flux will be maximum. See, dear students, suppose, just assume, number of field lines are passing from, this is right side to left side. Right side to left side. Suppose 10 field lines are passes through it, like this. This is the field line. See, this is the field line, electric 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 field lines. So this is right. See on the board, left to right, left to right. This is the bangle. The bangle will be inserted into the board, into the, suppose, see this. See this. All lines are passing through it. All lines are passing through it. Okay. In this case, what is the direction of area? Like this. Like this. This is the area direction. This is the field direction. All lines are passing through it. Moreover, suppose the bangle like this. Initially in this position. Okay. Then the bangle will be rotated like this. In this position. In this position. No field line passing through it. There is no field line because there is no line. There is no field lines passing through it in this position. In this position, half of the bangle inside, half of the bangle outside the board, all field lines are passing through it. At that case, flux will be maximum because of all field lines are passes normal to the given area. Area direction like this, area direction like this, and also electric field also same direction. So theta equal to 0 degree, flux will be maximum. But the bangle will be rotated like this in this position. What is the direction of area? Like towards the observer. Towards the observer. What is the direction of electric field? Like this. This is the direction of electric field. Area direction for what? Like this. Towards the observer. So what is the angle between area of the given surface and electric field? 90. 90. So in this position, no field line passing through the bangle. So electric flux will be 0. Electric flux will be 0. Okay, students. Electric field in terms of electric flux. Electric field in terms of electric flux. Definition of electric field in terms of electric flux. Simply, electric field is defined as the ratio of electric flux to area. Electric flux per unit area. Unit area is called electric field. Simply, electric flux per unit area is called electric field. See, flux is nothing but pi. Area is nothing but capital A representation. So I want flux. Flux pi is equal to E into A. E into A. What is the SI unit of electric flux? SI unit of electric flux. See, electric field Newton per Coulomb. Area meter square. Meter square. See, Newton meter square by Coulomb. This is the SI unit of electric flux. SI unit of electric flux. Okay. It is a which quantity? Scalar quantity. So this is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. That means in this case, this is the electric field is a vector. Area also a vector. Vector into vector. Scalar. This is the vector part. So in vector form. So pi is equal to vector E dot vector A. It is a dot product. It is a dot product. Electric field vector, area also vector in this case because the direction of given surface, perpendicular to the bangle. Perpendicular to the bangle like this. This is the direction of area. The direction of area is normal to the given surface. Normal to the given surface in this position. In this position, this is the position of the bangle. What is the direction of area? Like this. Towards observer. Towards the observer or inwards. Away from the observer. Whatever it. Whatever it. Okay. So pi is equal to E dot A. To remove dot, pi is equal to how much? A cos theta. A cos theta. So this is the flux. Pi is equal to EA cos theta. EA cos theta. It is a flux is a which quantity? Scalar quantity. This is the scalar product. What is meant by scalar product? The product of any two vectors. The product of magnitude of any two vectors and cosine angle between them. Cosine angle between them. See, pi is equal to EA cos theta. Where theta is the angle between the direction of V and direction of area. Direction of area. See, dear student, like this. See, this is the small area, like this. The direction of area, like this. A. Area, the direction of area. Electric field lines passes through this surface. Okay. Theta be the angle between direction of electric field and the direction of area. Direction of area of this surface. Area of this surface. So all field lines are passes because the surface, the electric field lines are passes normal to the given area. Normal to the given surface. Number of field lines passes normal to the given surface. So in this case, flux phi is equal to EA cos theta. EA cos theta. Okay. Flux is which quantity? Scalar quantity. So this is the important one. Very most important one. Flux. What is meant by electric flux? Number of field lines passes normal to the given area is called electric flux. Is called the electric flux. It is which quantity? Scalar quantity. Which quantity? Scalar quantity. So, number of field lines passes normal to the given area. In this position of the bangle, all field lines are passes through it. Area direction, electric field direction, both are in same. So, electric flux will be maximum. See, suppose the bangle will be rotated like this. Like this. In this case, area direction like this. No field line passing through it. So, electric field, same. Electric field lines are always constant like this. From left side to right side. Electric field lines passes left to right. This is the position of the bangle. So, area direction towards observer. What is the angle between what is the angle between direction of area and electric field? 90. Cos 90 how much? 0. Plus 0 because no field line passing through it. In this position, no field line. In this position, all field lines are passes. All field lines are passes. Okay. So, electric flux, for what angle electric flux is maximum? For what angle electric flux is minimum? See, if, important one, if electric flux is maximum, if theta is equal to 0 degree. Electric flux is maximum if theta is equal to 0 degree. So, pi is equal to EA cos theta. So, pi is equal to EA cos 0 degree. Cos 0 how much? 1. Then EA. This is the maximum value of flux. Flux is electric flux. Electric flux is minimum. For what angle electric flux is minimum? If theta is equal to 90 degree, minimum or 0? EA cos 90 degree, that is equal to 0. Because cos 90 how much? 0. 0 and anything is 0. So electric flux will be minimum. In this position, number of field lines are passes parallel to the given area like this, in this position. suppose this is the electric field line, so passes through it. So there is no passing to the given surface. In this position, like this, passes through it. In this position, flux will be maximum. In this position, there is no flux. There is no flux. Okay. Okay, this is the electric flux. In SI unit, electric flux. What is the SI unit of electric flux? Newton per coulomb into meter square. Newton per coulomb into meter square. Finally, what is meant by electric flux? Number of field lines passes normal to the given area is called electric flux. In this case, area also treated as a vector. Area treated as a vector quantity. This is the important one, students. Important one. Okay. So next one. Next one. Next, distribution of charge. Distribution of charge. How to distribute the charge on the surfaces? The charge will be distributed on the surfaces. So how to distribute it? How to distribute the electric charge on surfaces? So types of distributions. Okay, linear charge distribution. Linear density of charge. First one is linear density of charge. Linear density of charge represented by letter lambda. Linear density of charge. Types of distribution of charges. How to charge will be distributed on surfaces like wire or sphere or shell, whatever. How to distribute? For types of distribution of charges. First one is linear density of charge or linear charge density, whatever. Linear density of charge or linear charge density. Linear charge density, whatever. Linear charge density or linear density of charge. Simply, linear charge density is defined as the ratio of charge per unit length. Charge per unit length is called linear density of charge. In SI system, coulomb charge. What is the SI unit of charge? Coulomb. What is the SI unit of length? Meter. Coulomb per meter. Coulomb per meter. Okay. So lambda is equal to Q by L. Simply charge per unit length. Charge per unit length. Linear distribution of charge. Simply charge per unit length. Charge per unit length. That is called linear density of charge or linear charge density. SI system, coulomb per meter. Suppose this is the wire. Charge will be accumulates on its surface. This is the wire. Charge will be accumulates on its surface. What is the linear charge density of the wire? Simply charge per unit length. Charge per unit length. Total charge accumulates on the surface is Q. What is the length? Suppose L be the length of the wire. Then linear charge density is nothing but charge per unit length. Charge per unit length. Suppose the wire converted in the form of a ring like this. The wire, this is the length of the wire. The length of the wire is converted in the form of a ring. Convert in the form of a ring of radius r. In this case, of course, charge accumulates on its surface. Positive charge. I will take positive charge. Positive charge accumulates on its surface. So in this case, what is the linear charge density of the ring? Like this. Charge per length. So convert in the form of a ring. Total circumference 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Instead of here, I will take 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So this is the linear charge density. Linear charge density. This is the first type of distribution of charges. Second one, Second one, surface density of charge. Surface density of charge. This is the first one. Second one, surface density of charge. Surface density of charge represented by letter sigma. Surface charge density or surface density of charge is defined as simply charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. So charge per unit area, like this area in SI system, Coulomb. SI system charge SI unit, Coulomb, area meter square. Coulomb meter square. Surface density of charge. Suppose, for example, let us consider a shell, spherical shell, like this. This is the shell, spherical shell of radius r. Of radius r. This is the shell of radius how much? R. So positive charge plus Q be the positive charge distributed over the shell. Of course, charge will be distributed over the shell. So in this case, what is the value of surface density of shell? Simply charge, total charge by area. So sphere 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. This is the surface density of charge or surface charge density, whatever it. Simply third one, volume density of charge. Volume density of charge. Volume density of charge represents letter rho. This is the lambda, linear charge density. Second one was surface charge density or surface density of charge sigma. Volume density of charge rho. So simply volume charge density means charge per unit volume. Charge per unit volume. So charge by volume. SI system, Coulomb per meter cube. Volume SI unit, meter cube. Charge SI unit, Coulomb per meter cube. This is the volume density of charge. Volume charge density. Suppose, for example, so let us consider a sphere like this. This is the sphere. Let us consider a sphere of radius r, small r, of radius r. Sphere of radius r. Plus Q be the charge accumulates on its surface. Plus Q be the charge accumulates on its surface. Then I want volume density of charge of the sphere. Rho is equal to total charge Q divided by volume of the sphere, like this, 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the volume of the sphere. So this is the area of the shell, spherical shape, 4 pi r square. So dear students, these are the three definitions are very most important. How to distribute the charge? That is charge distribution. So first one is linear density of charge. Linear density of charge represents letter lambda. So simply linear density of charge means charge per unit length. Charge per unit length SI system, Coulomb per meter. And second one is surface density of charge. Surface density of charge means simply charge per unit area. SI unit Coulomb per meter square. And third one is volume density of charge. Simply charge per unit volume. Of course, let us consider a sphere. A positive charge will be accumulated on the sphere of radius r. So in this case, volume density of charge rho is equal to charge per unit volume volume of the sphere like this 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius of the sphere. See, please remember it. The very most important one is surface density of charge is inversely proportional to the square of the radius of curvature of the shell. Square of the radius of curvature of the shell. So radius of curvature decreases, surface charge density increases. See, so dear students, that means at corner ends more charges will be accumulates. So suppose radius of curvature decreases, surface charge density increases. Suppose C sigma proportional to 1 by r square. Radius of curvature decreases, surface charge density increases. Suppose like this. So in this case, radius will be decreased. Radius of curvature will be Of course, radius of curvature will be decreased. This is the small r. So radius of curvature decreases, surface charge density increase. R decreases, surface charge density increases. So at corner ends, more charges will be accumulated. Like this. At corner ends, sharp corner ends, more charges will be accumulates. More charges will be present. More charges will be stored. Like this. So radius of curvature decreases, surface charge density increases. See, please remember it. Very most important one. Sigma means surface charge density or surface density of charge. Surface density of charge is directly proportional to the curvature. And surface charge density is inversely proportional to the radius of curvature. Inversely proportional to the square of the radius of curvature. So see, this is directly proportional. Curvature increases, sigma increases. Radius decreases. See, radius decreases, sigma increases. Curvature, like this. This is the curvature. Curvature increases, sigma increases, because at corner points more charges will be stored. Okay, radius at the situation, radius will be small. Curvature increases, radius will be small. Okay, this is the important one. And third one, volume density of charge, that is rho. Rho is inversely proportional to the cube of the radius. Cube of the radius of curvature. Cube of the radius of curvature. Of course, in this case also, so radius decreases, rho increases. Rho means volume density of charge. Volume density of charge. Okay, students, these are the very most important bits. These two bits are very, very most important. Okay. Next one, Gauss law. Very, very most important one. Gauss law in electrostatics. Very most important. Very, very most important. Gauss law. Gauss law in electrostatics. Gauss law in electrostatics. Very, very most important. Gauss law, Gauss theorem. State Gauss law in electrostatics. Statement. Very most important one. Gauss law states that the total electric flux in any closed surface in free space is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. That is the statement of Gauss law. Gauss law states that the total electric flux in any closed surface in air or vacuum. Suppose See dear students, this is the closed surface. This is the closed surface which is kept inside air or vacuum. Inside air or vacuum. So in this, which is the medium, air or vacuum. Okay. So air or vacuum, epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space or a vacuum. Suppose I will take one positive charge inside the system. In this system, of course, like this, inside the ring. Suppose it is a ring or surface, spherical surface, whatever it is. So one positive charge is there. Of course, inside the ring. Which one is the medium? Which is the medium? Air is a medium. Air is a medium. Epsilon naught is the epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space or vacuum. Okay. So Gauss law states that the total electric flux, charge is there, flux is there. There is no charge, there is no flux. Charge is there, electric field is there, electric flux is there. Okay, so Gauss law states that the total electric flux in any closed surface in free space or vacuum is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. In this surface, plus Q be the charge. Plus Q be the charge. The surface placed in the air or vacuum. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space or a vacuum. I want flux. So I want a flux. How to calculate the electric flux? So in this surface, according to Gauss theorem or Gauss law, the total electric flux, that is phi total. The total electric flux in any closed surface in air or vacuum is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. Enclosed by the surface. This is the Gauss theorem statement, the very most important one. Q by epsilon naught. Q by epsilon naught. This is the statement of Gauss law. Gauss law, once again I will repeat, Gauss law states that the total electric flux in any closed surface in air or vacuum is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge. This is the total charge in the surface. Total charge enclosed by the surface. Within the surface, Q be the charge. Total charge will be Q1. Then, so inside, which is the medium? Air is the medium. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of the medium or vacuum. So medium changes, the value of epsilon also changes. Okay. So that is the statement of Gauss law. Gauss law states that total electric flux. See statement. The total electric flux in any closed surface, total electric flux in any closed surface in air or vacuum, whatever it is, equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge. 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. The total electric flux in any closed surface in air or vacuum is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. That is the statement, very most important now. Very most important statement. Okay, some explanation. See, so let us consider a surface. Inside the surface, single charge is there, that is positive charge, which is placed in a air or vacuum. So epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space or vacuum. Okay, according to Gauss theorem, what is the electric flux in this surface? I want electric flux. I want electric flux in this surface. Using Gauss law, total electric flux in this surface is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. That is the Gauss theorem. Suppose this is the statement, of course, statement and also explanation. Suppose, dear student, this is the surface. Inside the surface, 4 charges are there. That is Q1 minus Q2, Q3 minus Q4. Minus Q4, which are placed in a vacuum or air. Epsilon naught is the permittivity or free space or a vacuum. Okay. So let us consider a surface, spherical surface. How many charges are there? 4 charges. There are Q1 minus Q2, Q3 minus Q4. I want total electric flux in the surface. Total electric flux in any closed surface in air is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge. Total charge how much? Q1 minus Q2 plus Q3 minus Q4, like this. That is the Gauss law. That is the Gauss law. What is the value of epsilon naught? 8.854 10 to the power minus 12 minus 12 farad per meter or Coulomb square by Newton meter square, whatever it. Okay, this is the explanation of Gauss theorem. Okay, so just proof. Small proof. Gauss theorem proof. What is meant by Gauss law? Total electric flux in any closed surface is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. Enclosed by the surface. Total charge. Of course, in this case 4 charges is there. In this case single charge is there. So 4 charges, pi is equal to 1 by epsilon naught Q1 minus Q2 plus Q3 minus Q4. That is enough. This is only single charge. Total electric flux is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times into Q. So that is Q by epsilon naught. This is the total flux of this surface. Okay. Small proof. Suppose let us consider a surface. Let us consider a surface, spherical surface. Inside the surface, one charge is there, positive charge is there. One positive charge is there, which is placed in a air or a vacuum. Okay. So of radius of this surface is R. Of course, this is also R. This is also R. Whatever it. R. Okay. See, dear students, electric field due to discharge on its surface is same at anywhere. Anywhere. So I want electric field at the point P, like this. Suppose this is the point P. At a distance of discharge is R. I want electric field due to discharge at P. So electric field is given by how much? Electric field is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. Already we know electric field due to a point charge. So E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Suppose, see dear students, this is the another point, of course R. I want electric field at R due to discharge. Same. Because, so electric field is same on its surface due to discharge, because all points P, R, of course Z, K, whatever it, all are equidistant from this charge. Okay, electric field is same anywhere, of course on its surface. Electric field is constant. Okay. So let us consider surface plus Q be the charge placed inside the surface of radius R. Okay. A be the area of this surface. Okay. just assume a small piece area. Suppose like it is a small ball. Just I want small piece, small ring. This is a small piece. Okay. At a distance of discharges r. So this is the small area like this. This is the small area. So in case of positive charge, what is the direction of electric field? Radially outwards. Radially outwards. So like this. So field lines like this. Field lines radially outwards. Field lines are radially outwards. What is the area, direction of this area? Say this is the electric field direction, and also area direction also say dA, because like a bangle direction outwards or inwards, whatever it. So I will take outwards. Area of small surface also outwards, electric field also radially outwards, because of this is the positive charge. Okay, in this case I want flux. Flux phi is equal to E into dA cos theta. dA means small area. E means electric field radially outwards. Electric field on the surface. On this surface. Phi is equal to E dA cos theta. Where theta will be the angle between direction of area and electric field. Direction of electric field. So what is the value of theta? 0, because both are in same direction. So theta is equal to 0 degree, then electric field is equal to E into dV. This is the small flux passing through this area. I want total flux. I want the total flux passing through the surface. Passing through the surface. I want total flux. Sigma E into dA. So total E into sigma dA, E outside, sigma inside. So E sigma dA, this is nothing but total area. What is the total area of this spherical surface? 4 pi r square. So pi total is equal to, what is the value of E? Like this, 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square into total area of the surface 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square like this. 4 pi cancel out. R square also cancel out. Then remaining total electric flux is equal to the q by epsilon naught. This is the Gauss law. Proof. Small proof. Of course, it is not an important one, but statement is very most important one. So this is the total electric flux. The total electric flux in this surface is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. Enclosed by the surface. This is small proof. See, dear students, no charge enclosed by the surface. Electric flux will be 0. Electric flux will be 0. See, suppose this is a small surface. Inside the surface, two charges are there, plus q and minus q. Both are equal quantities, but opposite directions, opposite signs. Opposite sign. Unlike charges. Okay, in this case, total flux, how much? Total flux 1 by epsilon naught into q minus q. Cancel out. 0 is anything is 0, like this 0. To equal opposite charges, place inside the place inside the surface, spherical surface. What is the flux? 0. R. Another one. See, this is an important one. A dipole is placed inside the spherical surface. A dipole is, what is meant by dipole? Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. That is called dipole, electric dipole. So a dipole is placed inside the spherical surface. What is the flux? Flux 0. Flux is 0 because the net charge available will be 0. total charge. Net charge on the label will be 0. Flux will be 0. So there is no charge inside the spherical surface, or equal and opposite charges placed inside the spherical surface. Flux will be 0. Flux will be 0. Okay. Small see, dear students, for a small example, there is no charge inside the surface, spherical surface, or whatever it, any surface, cylindrical surface, whatever it, there is no flux. There is no flux. For example, let us consider a small cylinder like this. This is the cylinder. This is the cylinder. This is area 1, A1, this is the area, this is another area, this is the area, another area, 2 areas. Okay. See, like this. This is area 1, this is area 2. This is the like small cylinder. This is the cylinder, like this, cylinder. So consider a small piece, cut a small piece. This is small piece. What is the area of this small piece? Of outwards, radially outwards, like this. Radially outwards, small piece, like this. Area of this outwards, small piece. So small piece will be cut, of course. The direction of this outwards or upwards, like this, radial outwards or inwards, whatever. Okay. So in this cylindrical surface, there is no charges. There is no charge means there is no flux. Flux will be 0. Small example. Okay. See, electric field lines are passing through it. The electric line originate from where? Originate from infinity. Of course, field lines are passing through it. This is the direction of electric field. So A1 be the area of first one, A2 be the area of other side. This is first side, this is the second side. Other area. This is first area. Direction of this area, of course, like this. A1 direction. Direction of this area, A2. Like this. Outwards. A3 upwards. A3 upwards. And inwards, whatever it. Like this is the bangle. This is the bangle. Some portion of bangle inside the board, some portion of bangle outside the board. Area of the bangle radially outwards or inwards. Similarly, outwards or inwards, like this. Inwards or outwards. Okay. See, electric field lines are passing through it. But see, there is no charge. Okay. In this side, electric field direction like this. In this way, area direction in this way. What is the angle between them? Both are in the opposite direction. What is the angle theta equal to how much? 180 degree. See, flux, first surface. This is the first surface. This is the second one, second surface. The first surface, see, theta is equal to how much? 180 degree. Because this is the area direction, this is the field direction. That is the field direction. So, flux phi 1 is equal to EA cos. See, A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A. Both areas are equal. Please remember it. Both areas are equal like this. This is the one of the area. This is another area. Both areas are equal. So EA cos 180 degree. Cos 180 how much? -1. So minus EA. This is the flux at the first surface. second surface, similarly, second surface, I want electric flux at the second end. So in this case, area direction, electric field direction, both are in same direction. Theta how much? 0 degree. Theta how much? 0 degree. Then flux phi 2 is equal to EA cos 0 degree. That is EA. Because cos 0 degree 1. So phi 1 minus EA, phi 2 EA. Then in this case, third one. This is a small ring. Just assume small cut is there. What is the direction of this spherical cut? Upwards. I will take upwards or inwards, whatever it. I will take upwards. So what is the direction of electric field? Like this. This is electric field direction. Electric field. Area direction upwards. What is the angle between them? 90 degree. Then flux third phase. Third surface. Flux phi 3 is equal to EA cos 90 degree. Phi 3 is equal to EA cos 90 how much? This is the angle between 90 degree means the angle between A3 and E. So there is also 0. Cos 90 means 0. This is 0. That is 0. Total 0. Of course A3 0. Okay. I want total flux. Total electric flux phi 1 plus phi 3 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. Total flux is equal to phi 1 how much? Minus EA plus phi 2 how much? EA. Phi 3 how much? 0. See, minus EA plus EA cancel. Total flux is equal to 0. Why? Because there is no charge. There is no charge inside the cylinder. Inside the cylinder there is no charge. That's why flux will be 0. Flux will be 0. Okay, students. Very most important one is the statement of Gauss law. Once again, Gauss law states that the total electric flux in any closed surface in air or vacuum is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the surface. Enclosed by the surface, the very most important, students. Thank you.